Hi guys, and welcome back to another trailer review where we're going to be reviewing the sneak peek for Cobra Kai season 4 on Netflix. If we did a season 3 review earlier this year when that show came out, so we're all fans of Cobra Kai here on the channel. If you can see my background, I can see what Bogz is wearing across the pond there. I think Bogz likes Cobra Kai. He might have said that.
I've not mentioned it before, but I kind of
never.
You might have, Bogz.
You've also never worn that shirt before, ever.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
brand new.
Yeah,
Premiere.
brand new that you've wore several times. So how you doing?
Doing good. I don't have a Cobra Kai shirt myself. I will rectify that, but I put on my ninja shirt from my winter percussion my senior year of high school. So I mean, I'm representing a little bit.
That's fair. That's fair. I too do not have a Cobra Kai shirt. That will also change by the time the show comes out sometime this year, which still haven't gotten a release date. But Bogz, obviously we know you love Cobra Kai. Are you excited to see this little teaser that they've released so far?
Oh, absolutely. Might be my favorite show on TV at the moment. With everything that how it ended last season, LaRusso and of course Johnny Lawrence teaming up, and then you have the potential who's going to come in for the third season. I mean, super exciting. I watched them, the writers on Twitter, and just for any little sneak peeks and stuff, and they're just dropping things like, you guys are going to love season 4 the most. You should see the excitement. We've just filmed this. It's unbelievable. It's the best stuff we've filmed. The characters we're bringing in, so it's super, super exciting. Obviously, speaking to Michael Cavalieri as well about Cobra Kai and the next Karate Kid and where the story might be going and stuff. That was super cool. So yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait for this.
If you haven't seen that interview, definitely go see it because Bogz did an amazing job.
Yeah, he definitely did, and I'm just excited to. I'm glad that we don't have to necessarily wait till next year to get this show. We're getting it this year, which is so great. So obviously, let's just stop talking about it and watch the trailer.
Good. Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai.
Man can't stand, you can't fight.
That's right.
Man can't breathe, you can't fight.
That's right.
Man can't see, you can't fight.
That's right.
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
Get that ponytail. Bring that ponytail back.
You tell him, Barry. You tell him he's back.
Yeah. I mean, and that's it. They don't need anything else.
It's good enough.
No, good enough.
He was retired from acting, right?
Yeah.
So, he's come back.
I thought they were gonna. I said in our thing last. I thought they would have to recast because Bogz, he retired. Looks like they got him back, which is great. I'm super pumped. Obviously, we know where this potentially Bogz. You saw this. What are your thoughts? What are your expectations coming in?
Yeah, first of all, I absolutely love Cobra Kai season 3. Sorry, Karate Kid 3 with him, Mike Barnes. The whole, because it was so LaRusso coming back from Okinawa. In the story anyway, he comes straight back from there. Then he has an issue with Miyagi, falls out with him. Then he's got the High Valley tournament coming up, or Valley tournament, sorry. And then it feels like Silver sneaks his way in and recruits him to train him. And then Kreese comes back, and then he's this Mike Barnes guy's just chasing him. So it's like they're really tall as well. Like these two tall guys are doing. Like they're so intimidating and loud and rowdy, and this Mike Barnes is just shouting in his face the whole movie, chasing him, and he's just so small and slight, and it's just him against these three, and then kind of Miyagi comes and helps him and brings back his spirit and stuff, and manage to kind of fight them off again. But
brings back that balance.
Yes, there we go. That magic B word. I wasn't gonna say it, so but obviously you said it. But no, I thought he was a great villain. He's like. Kreese is refers to him, so he's like just as evil and bad intention as Kreese. They talk throughout the whole movie. They talk about Vietnam and the issues, and now obviously we're seeing a lot of that, the backstory in Cobra Kai season 3, and and obviously he's got a little apprentice as well, which we haven't got any any confirmation yet. This is which is Mike Barnes, of course. So yeah, I'd love to see him back, and he had a whole crew with him. You know, he's like a very successful businessman. He's got a lot of money. He wanted to open up. I think if they beat LaRusso, they would have opened up Cobra Kai's all around like kind of California. So he's got investments, you know, he's got finances, so he can bring stuff in and, you know, really take on these, because obviously they've teamed up now, you know, Johnny Lawrence and LaRusso. So it just adds extra, you know, extra threat to the guys and stuff, and to all the kids involved. But yeah, it's fantastic, man. Awesome villain. Loved him with his ponytail, and he was so big and intimidating, and I'd love to have him back.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this opens up so many possibilities. Like, are we going to get Mike Barnes back? Are they going is Terry Silver going to have like a new apprentice to kind of bring into like the Cobra Kai dojo now? Because I still think that Miyagi-Do is still overbalanced. Like, they have a lot more of the better fighters now. So there needs to be an evening out of the playing field. So it wouldn't surprise me if Terry Silver brings in maybe Mike Barnes' kid. Maybe he has a kid at this point. Or maybe like something like that. I think having Terry.
Robbie.
Yeah, well, yeah, but Robbie's is not enough to be the only kind of her. Obviously, her and what's her name? I can't remember her name now. They're the only really good fighters on Cobra Kai. They need somebody else.
Sorry.
Yeah, Tori. Yes, sorry. But loving that Terry's coming back, he's going to bring a brand new element in. Obviously, Daniel has a pass with him, but nobody else really does. So that's gonna be interesting because no one else was really in Cobra and Karate Kid 3 besides him. So that's really gonna fall more or less on his shoulders of the revenge factor that's gonna be playing out there. So you saw this. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, the dynamics there, because it was a Daniel LaRusso story. You didn't have like any of the other rivalries there, so it's gonna be kind of like, I'm just thinking of all the ways that it could play out. And I think too, looking at the casting, there's 2 extra kids that they're bringing on, most likely going to be part of the Cobra Kai thing, as I'm guessing, because they do need to balance out that wonderful B word that Bogz loves to use all the time. And it's super exciting, the fact too that like he's came back to acting and that he's there, and all you didn't even need to see his face. All you needed to see was like the peripheral of the side, that ponytail, and you're like, yes, this is exciting. And the fact that it says 2021, it's like, we don't have to wait till January. It's coming this year. Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai.
He looks good, I thought. You know, he's really tall in the movie. And he seems like really tall anyway, with the long hair and stuff. Still got it, and I just think
Daniel's pretty short himself too. So like the dynamic there.
Yeah, and I see Ralph Macchio tweet out like whoa, what? And then like retweeting this, and because I just remember his reactions when he sees, you know, Cobra Kai, like when he stops like in the middle of the road and like looks like, oh, and then it zooms in on him, and he sees Johnny Lawrence, and then he sees Kreese, and like he's telling his wife, and you know they're not listening, like, oh, they're back, you know, I got to start, and there's the same thing happening again. So yes, come on, LaRusso, we need you, you know, whoop these fools, come on, man.
Well, I'm really excited to see what the reveal of Terry Silver is going to be. Yeah. And I'll ask you guys this question. What do you think is the percentage that Mike Barnes is going to be in season 4? Not that they tease him like for season 5, that he's actually going to be in season 4. I'll start with you. So what do you think the percentage is?
I would give it a good 50-50 because it might just be more of a Terry Silver thing and dealing with the fact that you had LaRusso who goes to Cobra Kai after the falling out with Miyagi. And so it might be more of that internal struggle that might still exist in Daniel. We don't know. Like, he went back to Miyagi, but there's always going to be a little something there, a little reason why he left that might still be sticking there. So there might be more of an internal thing. So I don't know if it's needed. We may see him. Speculate responsibly. I know I've used that for Star Wars, but use it for Cobra Kai too.
Bogz, what do you think?
I don't know. I think they'll probably tease him at the end because that's a big character to bring back. You know, that was like, you know, he was the Johnny Lawrence of that movie basically, and he was, he seemed to be the better fighter than LaRusso, even though he lost in the final. But that's because of the whole spirit balance thing. But overall, like, he was again quite brutal. He was, he was too ferocious for LaRusso. All that stuff. So, he wasn't really Terry Silver's apprentice, but they hired him to take on LaRusso. So doing so will be a big character to bring back. Whether I really hope they do it, because he's a well-known actor. So I know he's been in other stuff, mainly TV stuff. So I'm hoping they do bring him back with Terry Silver, because that'd be cool. Seeing him with Terry Silver and with Kreese, because that was them three in the dojo a lot of the time, and things like that. So seeing them guys back again, that'd be great. But I think they're going to tease him towards the end and bring him maybe for next season. So, because I think it's being renewed for another 2 or 3 more seasons. So I think they'll bring him at the end. I'd rather they didn't, because I want to see the next Karate Kid in the next kind of movie. So I want to see Hilary Swank and Michael Cavalieri and Michael Ironside and Walter Goggins, them guys in the next series. So I don't think they will, though. I think they'll stick to Silver. But yeah, we'll see. It's super exciting, and I think they'll probably tease him at the end. That's my guess for now.
I mean, I think Terry Silver will come in really early in the season, and I think they'll do with Mike what they did with Allie with an eye, is that he'll come in the last couple episodes just like she did last season. So I think because I think Boggs is correct. I think what they might do is they might tease the next Karate Kid for the following season. So I think it would make sense for Mike to come in this season, because with Terry Silver, that's the connection. There's really not. I mean, there obviously could be another way to bring Mike in, because obviously he can still have beef with LaRusso, but you could bring Mike in with Terry to kind of be like, it's time to get revenge against Dana. So because they both have a grudge, so it would make sense to bring them in together. But I can also see it where, like, obviously they probably won't get the job done, and then they can bring Mike in again at the end. So it could go either way, but I think they'll bring him in. So I'm going to say, I think 60%, which is not that high. F it. I'm going to go 70%. I think we're going to see Mike in the season. I think maybe towards maybe the last couple episothought, I think.
Yeah, Sean Kanan, his name is actually described, because he's been in a number of different TV projects. So yeah, he's I thought it was great in the third movie, Karate Kid 3. So so even I remember just Terry Silver being in the jacuzzi and then him coming in and saying, he wants his contract, he wants to win that tournament. But yeah, so it's some great flashback nostalgic stuff. So
will we get another jacuzzi scene?
I think most definitely. But yeah, we'll see what them three together. LaRusso being chased out of the Cobra Kai gym, and then Miyagi coming in on his own, just a little guy. Because they chased, and then Mike Barnes chased after LaRusso, and then that's when he threw him through the Cobra Kai doors, which they copy in season 3 Cobra Kai, when the little kid goes through the window, and everyone was like, "Oh, okay, that was weird." But that was the exact copy of Cobra Kai 3 when they Miyagi threw Mike Barnes through the window, so of the Cobra Kai gym, and then that was. I just want to see them three back. Great team. Obviously LaRusso's on his own a little bit. Obviously he's got Johnny Lawrence and the kids and stuff, but yes, I want to see that come up, and let's see it. Let's do it.
Well, I mean, now we could get like Terry and Mike versus Daniel and
Johnny.
Johnny. We could get like that kind of like.
With all of these too, we still have to remember that there's the kids' story as well that needs to be told.
Oh, forget the kids.
Who cares?
I know. But there is still that story. They're not going to leave it there. So they can't do everything in the season. There's still that story with the kids that it's going to go on.
Yeah, the kids will fight. Yeah, they'll kiss and make up. Whatever. That's gonna happen. You're right, but we're focused on like Terry and Mike, because we know we're getting Terry. I want to see Mike, and then I'm with Boggs. It's like the next Karate Kid wasn't my favorite, but they're canon according to the writers. So
if Hilary Swank is,
you gotta find a way to bring her in if she wants to do it.
And to be like The Next Karate Kid was the one probably that I watched the most when I was younger. And that was just because it was on TV all the time, and the fact too that it was a woman, like a girl who was the main character. So that was the one that I gravitated to the most. So I can't wait until that comes up in this show. I really hoping, but again, I'm speculating responsibly. But so for me, I wouldn't say it's my favorite going back and watching all of them, but the speculation of having that just because of the nostalgia, like that was the one that I gravitated to as a little girl.
I mean, they could easily have it that she has her own dojo now, and then she's bringing her prize student to play in the All Valley. I mean, there's your in right there, and then she's like, "Oh, I remember Miss Miyagi." She like, that's an easy way to do it. That's an easy way to do it. But either way, that's down the road. Obviously, we're all excited to get this little teaser, and it's just a little teaser. Sorry about the noise in the background; it's ridiculous. Obviously, the first trailer is going to come out probably by sometime in the middle of summer, because I'm assuming they haven't announced this yet. I'm assuming this is probably coming out in the fall, so it wouldn't surprise me if we're getting this in September or October ish. So we look forward to seeing that then, and until when we get the first full trailer, we'll definitely do a review on that, and then when the show comes out, we'll do a review on that as well. So look forward to that. But what do you guys think? Are you guys happy to get Terry back? Do you think does Terry equal Michael coming back? There's so much things, possibilities. Obviously, the kids are going to be involved. What's going to happen with them? They're going to fight in a tournament. Yada 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 yada. But it's all really about the OG people, really. But let us know in the comments. Also like and subscribe, and look forward to all other things we're doing on the channel. So we're dropping those Bad Batch reviews. Loki's around the corner, so we could definitely do that. And obviously this show, we're definitely looking forward to doing this. So you can look forward to a really nice review for this show of season 4 when it comes out. So until then, for Sean, for myself, for Soul, for Bogz, take care, guys.